Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam, Sloka number 1. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Param Bhuya Pravakshami Gnananam Gnanamuttamam Yajnatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataham. After given the answers to the Arjuna's 6 questions in the 13th chapter, Bhagavan continuing his talk without any break. Therefore, in the last class as introduction and this first shloka, when we are discussing, we saw why Bhagavan wants to teach again furthermore. Because he himself telling in the first shloka, I would like to talk to you once more about this truth. That indicates that Bhagavan's interest in teaching, Bhagavan's interest in making the student to understand. So repeated listening is always required, because by one go first listening, generally no one can understand. To such a intellectual, very efficient person, Arjuna himself is not able to grasp and receive this knowledge, then what to talk about us? Therefore, we are also slowly, systematically, regularly, we are listening and trying to understand deeper and deepest. In the last 1 week, we were in a different listening mode. Not mood, different listening mode. Now, in our satsang, the listening will be a different mode. Subject is the same, but the way of expression and the mode of the teaching and listening differs. So we should not overlap to that or this. But we have to remember and recognize only one thing, that subject matter is the same. Whether it is a Sanat Sujatiyam, whether it is a Kutastha Deepa Prakaranam or 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, subject matter is the same. Here the subject is not different and matter is not different. The subject matter is about the subject. That means I am reading the Bhagavad Gita, I am listening to the Bhagavad Gita, so I am the subject. Generally, anything discussed, talked anywhere, what is the subject matter? Or what is the next period in the school? Subject matter. So I am the listener, learner, and that matter or the subject is different. But here, both the subject and listener, the subject matter and about the subject is a peculiar situation. Anyhow, keeping this in the mind, we will enter into the today's analysis. So Bhagavan showed the interest and I am going to tell you again in a detailed manner. Because being this knowledge alone is the param gnanam and uttamam gnanam sarva gnananam. This is the highest, supremmost and the sacred uttamam. Uttara and uttamam. Comparative and superlative degree. Why I am saying like that? There is nothing greater or superior than this? No. Because by knowing which, the seeker, the listener, the mumukshu, referred here as the munayaha, mananat iti munihi, Shankara tells sannyasinaha. Munaya means, according to Shankaracharya, sannyasinaha. But he mentioned this word also, mananasilaha. So we are all munayaha, I told last class. So all these seekers, whoever walking in this path and trying to establish in this knowledge, they all will attained before. I am not teaching newly to you only. So past tense, Bhagavan says, param siddhim itaha gataha. Here itself they have attained, they went into the gataha means they have gone actually to that higher achievement, accomplishment. Like this, Bhagavan started this first shloka. Here, param siddhim gataha means itaha word I told that day means here itself, now itself. That now meaning differs to person. But Shastra Guru wants us in this life, while living in this body. So now and here it means never think that after my death I go somewhere, I get something. No, that is wrong. That means indirectly Bhagavan here mentioning about the Jivan Mukti without saying that word. Itaha Gataha Param Siddhim. You should understand that Jivan Mukti. Mukti while living here itself. Okay. What is the subject matter? Let us just recollect once. Because reminding to ourselves is always very useful. Because we study different texts. We listen from a different mode. all the scriptures, the topic is like this. If you want to put in two words, Atma, Anatma, Vivekaha, that is the Gnana Marga. In Gnana Marga, what we are doing? Atma, Anatma, Vivekaha. That means these two are there. Always they will be there. Therefore, in this world, from third shloka onwards, we are going to see Bhagavan going to start about the creation. So, by keeping that in mind, I am telling now, everything is a combination of these two. Everything. In other words, Atma, Anatma, Viveka means, actually this topic is already, Bhagavan started discussing 9th chapter and 13th chapter. But here with different words and little more in a deeper approach. What is that which we have heard already? Prakriti Purusha Vivekaha. Or other words, Kshetram Kshetragna Vivekaha. Okay. Or as told in the 7th chapter, Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti, Vivekaha. All are one and the same. All are one and the same. Now here in this chapter, the words are used Gunatraya Vivekaha, Gunatita Vivekaha. This is the highlight of this. That's why this chapter is called as Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. But in that, what in title generally we call it like that. Really to say Gunatraya Vibhaga Vivekaha, Gunatita Vivekaha. Because in Gunatita there is no Vibhaga. So words seems to be new, but nothing to worry. Topic is the same. Therefore, and last class when we are listening to the introduction, general introduction, I concluded, or mainly one statement we brought out in that. That is, let me be as a contributor rather than the controller of this entire Nama-Rupa Prapancha or body-mind complex. You remembered that? Very important point. Generally, if you they are ignorant people, normally, they all behave like as a controller. I want to control, I want to change, I want to command. But once when we become the seekers of the truth, once when we become the real devotees of the Lord, Ishvara, Samashti Vishwarupa Ishvara, who is having the control on this Prakriti, this entire creation, surrendering to Him. Many times, what is the meaning of surrender? Different other people may talk differently. You put the Shankha Chakra and so you are become a Sharanagati, Prapanna. No, you have to understand properly. Surrender means this only. let me be as a contributor to this. Let me be as a small squirrel like in the Ramayana in the construction of that Ramasetu. So I am very insignificant from the Upadhi standpoint. Therefore, the main obstacle for me to realize really who am I is the ego. Then how to remove that ego, ahankara? Even to understand this knowledge and teaching of the Lord. You remember last class, I spoke more than 5-7 minutes about Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. That one word itself should make us totally attentive, surrender bhavana should give. And further, no question should rise in the mind. How can I doubt the teaching of the Lord? How come? I should not, I cannot. Why Lord is teaching? What He gets? What He wants from me? What He wants me to become? Intensely we must think about it, even though God not directly appearing in front of me. God never appear, Guru will appear. Guru will talk to you directly. As like God, he won't get anything because of his teaching. Like that Guru also, Guru won't get anything. Guru need not to get anything. The all benefit, the disciple, me, I will get it. Okay. Therefore, let me be as a contributor. In that means, let me think, speak, work in the alignment of the Ishvara plan. How I will know that this is Ishvara's plan? Are very simple. If I am worrying before doing, while doing, after doing, that means I want to execute my plan. If you are really working manasa vacha karmana with the alignment of the Lord, you never worry. Simple, that's it. Therefore, to put in another word, Swamiji saying like that, more you are claiming controllership and ownership and boasting your ego means stronger the ego, more the misery. Okay. Therefore, this guna traya vivekam and gunatita vivekam. This is going to be the theme of this chapter. But Lord now, first 4-5 shlokas, it is only an introduction, like introducing the subject matter. So in first shloka, he praised the glory of this knowledge. Because na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, by any other dharma, artha, kama, you never get the fulfillment in the life. They are just help you to mold you some extent and sends to this last final path, highway, Gnana Marga. But here, this journey you have to do, then that is called Gnana Marga. Not only that, now Bhagavan in the second shloka, little more praising about this Gnanam. In what way? The word Param Siddhim Gataha, now Bhagavan elaborating, giving a commentary on that word in this second shloka. Let us read. Idam gnanamupashritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyatanti cha. So the commentary of this Param Siddhim, and I told that indicates the Jivan Mukti. Without Jivan Mukti, liberation while living, there is no possibility of the Videha Mukti. Except the Vedanta, Upanishads, all other branches of philosophies, the different paths, they all talk about the posthumous, after death. But for us, importance is here itself, then Jivan Mukti, then automatically guaranteed that Videha Mukti. To say that only, the great saint Parama Bhagavatar Tyagaraja Swami sings that beautiful Kirtana, Mokshamu Galada Bhuvilo Jivan Muktulu Kanivaralaku. O Rama, tell me, if there is a moksha for a person who is not get the Jivan Mukti, he used this word clearly. Moksha mogalada bhuvilo Jivan Muktulu ganivaralaku mokshamu. Questioning, Kalada, is there? The answer is no, Rama, no. Then he sings other part of the Kirtana. Even Bhakta sings, he is the Gnani Bhakta. Therefore he understood what the ultimate. So here, Videha Mukti, Bhagavan telling that, same time praising also. Again, idam gnanam means what? As described, as told in the previous chapters, idam gnanam, upashritya, having taken shelter, having taken refuge with this teaching, upashritya, sincerely taken this, adopting this. What is taking and adopting? In what way? Gnana sadhanam anusthaya. You can do karma sadhanam, you can do upasana sadhanam, because there kayika, vachika, all are involved. How to do the gnana sadhanam? Only listening. That's why Shankara is very particular. Upashritya means what? I have taken upasana of Krishna, Rama, something. Taken the shelter of that particular form, God. Then I have to do different kinds of upacharams in the name of upasana. Then I had to follow certain things. I had to please him. I have to sing. All these things I have to do. But here, Gnana sadhana means what we'll do. In understanding what we'll do. Only you will do listening. Only you will sit in the class and satsang without sleeping and listen. Therefore, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. But these are all not outer doing anything. Just keep the ears open and listening, then contemplating and assimilating. That much, that's it. So, idam gnanam upashritya yadhoktam gnana sadhanam anushtaya mama sadharmyam agataha. That agataha, gataha word is used there. Then I told if gataha means they have gone. Poitanga. Here Bhagavan used agataha. They reaches me. They have come to me. Where mam sadharmyam agataha. Here this sadharmyam also should be understood properly. Sadharmyam means my dharmam, and he also reached and attained that same dharma. But that is not the meaning. That is not the meaning. For example, what Vedanta uses this example many times in Upanishad and Vivek. The iron ball kept in the fire for some time, the cold black iron piece, by keeping in contact with the fire, gets the dharma of the fire, the heat, color and light. Is it like that? Here, no. That is a temporary, and again once if it separated, iron again becomes cool, it loses the color and all that. But that example told for different purpose, it is not like that here. Sarupyam mat swarupam agataha. It is not dharmam, because generally samana dharmam is called sadharmyam. Agni, fire nature is different. Iron, that its nature is different. But temporarily it got its dharma nature. But iron cannot never become the fire. Therefore, here samana dharmatam sadharmyam, no, you should not take in that way, because we are talking about what? Jivatma, Paramatma. This Muksha is Jivatma, right now because of the ignorance. According to Gita Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, this Kshetragna Ishvarayoho, Jiva Ishvara. Jiva also is Kshetragna only. Reflection also. So, Kshetragna Ishvarayoho Bheda na Abhyugamat. Vedanta Gita Shastra doesn't accept that these two are different, like iron piece and the fire. So therefore, this sadharmya means mat swarupam. That means they attain me, they become myself. There is no standing again separate like that. And for some time they will be like that. No. Once for all, they merges in me. Or other example, if you take the river, is also water, but it travels from some distance and finally enters into the ocean. The ocean also is a water. Once the river enters into the ocean, at that river, before the name, the form, size, everything is lost. And here it doesn't exist as separate dharma, river dharma is like that. Nothing is there. It's totally become samudra swarupam. That is the meaning sadharmyam means. Agataha. That means after that, this is the praising of this knowledge. Now, second line, sargepi nopajayante. Sarga means at the time of the creation, Srishtikale, because Hiranyagarbha Brahmaji creates each turn of this creation cycle. But once if they who attained my Swarupa, they never again come along with in the creation of the Brahmaji again. Srishtikale sarge api na upajayanta. They never again born. Generally, other jivas with karma balance and ignorance, they all has to come. Even Brahmaji, if they go and temporarily sleep in the Brahmaji, become unmanifest, but again they have to come and again continue. But these jnanis who attain this my Swarupa Jnanam and they become one with me, they never upajayante. And not only that, pralaye na vyathanti cha. Okay, Brahmaji also go to sleep again and the entire creation dissolves. Or Brahmaji life itself is over, lifespan, his cycle is over. Vinashakale, Brahmanaha Vinashakale api. Brahmana means Brahmaji's destruction time also, his lifespan over. What happens to these people? But these jnanis, they never again na vyathanti. Vyatha means suffer. Vyatha. But the meaning is they never again vyatham na apadyante na chavanti. That means they never again fall from the moksha what they attained. And that means they never again become separate from me. Once who reached me and become my form, how they can again get separated? Chuti, chavanti, achyuta, falling, again losing. They lost their moksha. This rolling trophy, 1 year, 3 years, that team, that school will take. Some schools, they next time also they play again they return. Last 4 years, that school, that college team, they are retaining that rolling trophy. But on the 5th time, they lost the trophy. Chavanti. Then naturally, how bad they feel. Vyathanti. But here, about these jnanis, once realized, that's all. Once for all. There is no again returning back or falling. That means no again birth or death, this kind of cycle. That means no ignorance at all. In this way, That means here Videha Mukti also is guarantee. That is. So the last shloka and this shloka is the Siddhi. People, yoga, we talk about a lot of siddhis that have, because here Siddhi word is used, Param Siddhi, Ashta Siddhi, Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Data. When you read Hanuman Chalisa, because Hanumanji have got all the vidyas, all the siddhis, is a Kim Purusha. So Siddhi, not that kind. This is the real Siddhi. Moksha is the Siddhi. Getting out of this Ajnana is the Siddhi. That's why in Uddhava Gita, Bhagavan specifically elaboratedly explained about the Siddhis, 1 or 2 chapters, all details given, and finally Uddhava, all the Siddhis are just like a magic penny. It is not going to throw them into the dustbin. They will become an obstacle for the mukti. Clearly said. Now, the next Bhagavan is going to tell, because this entire creation, whatever we are seeing, everything, and we are talking about the two, Atma, Anatma, Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetram, Kshetragna, Trigunatmika, Trigunam, and Gunatitam, Purusha, Prakriti. Now these two, when Kshetra, Kshetragna comes together, this entire creation. This is the topic in the 13th chapter also. Because there Bhagavan said, Kshetra Kshetragniyoho samyogat sarvani bhutani jayante. Last class I mentioned that particular shloka also, in 21st shloka, 26th shloka. So, then one doubt also we raised that if they were all together all the time, and then when the Prakriti getting all the modifications and vikaras, is those modifications, vikaras don't touch and affect the Purusha? To answer that doubt, plus as well as what it exactly is Samyogam, then I have to talk to you about the Srishti first. I have to introduce the Srishti. The introduction of the Srishti, not to oblige or prove or accept, oh, there is a Srishti creation. No. Because you are caught up in the Srishti and you have a lot of questions about this Ishvara, Jiva and the world. Yesterday Swami is telling, no, the Shastra takes only these three topics and analyze it from different angles. What else is there more than these 3 topics, 3 headings? Whatever you talk, in these 3 only we are talking. Then, what is the source and the adhisthana, kutastha, support of all these 3? That is the final teaching. Now let us read the so what kind of, how this union, samyoga of the Kshetra Kshetragna, how it will be, what kind of samyogam that, which is the cause for this entire creation, let me tell you that. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhavat sarvabhutanam ततो भवति भारत. Bharata, who is having a sharp intellect. Bha, Bhati, shining. Bharati, Saraswati, whose intellect is blessed by the Saraswati, Vagdevi, Vani, and who born in the Bharata Vamsha, who born in the Gnana Bhumi. Shining, Bhati, Bhasamanat iti Bhati. Hey Bharata, you are you alert? Are you listening? Understand? I hope, because you are a Bharata. Now, see here, Mama. Mama means my. What is my? My body, my mind, my intellect, like that we say, my, I and my. So Bhagavan using here Mama Yonihi. From here topic is Srishti. Now Bhagavan visualizing and telling about himself as a husband. Husband. Husbandhood, as Swami is telling, is not real. Manhood is the real. So, three Gunatita Chaitanyam Purusha, as though he now taken up the role of the husband. Okay, so sometime let us imagine now Brahman become the husband, or Ishvara. Mama Yonihi. You know who is my wife? Here Yonihi means my wife. Because through the husband, in the Garbha, Yoni of the women, the seed is planted. So I am the Purusha, husband, and then my wife is Mahat Brahma. Mahat Brahma means here my wife Maya is also infinite and beginningless. Brahma word refers to the infinite, because when Brahman is infinite, the potential energy which is expressed from the Brahman is also infinite only. And when Brahman is Anadi, beginningless, Maya is Anadi. So here Brahma word you have to take as executive to the Maya. But Maya word Bhagavan didn't use. And wife husband word also not used for us to understand. When he says Yoni, womb. Who is that womb? My wife, Mama Yoni. Because the womb, Garbha, Yoni, the male won't have. As naturally, the Maya is the feminine, that Shakti. That's why Shiva Shakti. Radha Krishna. Rama Sita. These are all synonyms. because they cannot be separated. One is subtle and one is gross. This Prakriti, Maya, one is visible. That Purusha, Kshetrajna, Brahman is invisible. Because of that, generally our attention is only on the visible. Generally, we never think of and able to focus or grasp, give attention, importance to the invisible. This is the basic error problem. Therefore, Maya, Prakriti, creation, all we are very much seeing, appreciating, enjoying, indulging, and entangled also. But how this is working without the Shaktiman, Brahman, how can this Maya can show? That woman has got so many children without husband. No, it never happened. It never happened. So if at all Maya is projected this entire universe because of this Purusha Tattva, the Brahman, the blessing of the Brahman. Therefore here Bhagavan saying, Mama, I am there as a husband and my wife Maya is there, Yonihi, and she is also very powerful because being my wife, Mahat Brahma, and Tasmin, in her, in that Maya, Garbham dadhamyaham. These words are very clear. Garbham, I plant the seed. I am doing a garbhadhanam. Garbhadhanam. Dadami aham. And thereafter, sarva bhutanam sambhavati. Then onwards, the creation, all happens. This we have to understand in a broad sense. Generally here, one husband, one male, in one woman womb, planted the seed, one child comes, maximum 2 children come. But here, when we look into the samashti, one Purusha Tattvam only, and under that, this all animate, inanimate, everything, the Maya delivers. Here, Maya become a pregnant. How to understand this? This is the consciousness, Brahman, who is all pervading and same all the time. When that Prakriti expressed from him, and in that Prakriti, as like a mirror, Brahman's reflection falls. Falling this reflection in the Maya is called Garbham Dadhamyaham. My reflection falling, reflecting in the Maya is called planting the seed. So according to Vedanta, the falling of the reflection of the consciousness in the Maya medium is called Big Bang. But according to Darwin, those things are science. There is an entire mass of this matter is like a soup, a hot soup. Then because of some heat and movement, slowly, it got into solidified, and one particular time, bang, big bang, then the consciousness came and started forming the Panchabhutas, then the solid non-living things and living things, unicellular, and then slowly, Darwin, evolution. We don't accept that kind of evolution and consciousness born out of the matter. It's a wrong thing. Consciousness is always there. In the consciousness, just as a reflection, which is not real. This husband Iva, wife Iva, Shankara, when he is writing commentary, everywhere he puts this Iva as though Brahman become, what become? Brahman cannot become anything. Conscious cannot become anything. But now we are in the middle of the Bhagavad Gita. We have not yet come to the final, but we know final because we already studied Ashtavakra Gita or this or that, Upanishad. Then left and right we keep on quoting Nanirodho, Nachotpati, Nabadho, Nachasadaka. There is no creation, there is no destruction, there is no seeker, there is no thought, there is nobody liberated, nobody bound. This is the fact. But to understand clearly that, you need a clarity from the basics. So, that's why I told in the beginning itself, this is not to prove and justify that there is a creation. What creation? You create your own mind with your limited Manoshakti, a dream. Whether dream is created or not. Created and not also. Dream is there, dream is there. Dream is not there, not there. How much the dream is true? That much only. Basis on that only, negating the entire duality. Therefore, Sambhavati Sambhava Sarva Bhutana. Here that Sarva includes everything. Okay. Tataha Bhavati E Bharata. This is the way. So for us Vedantic student understanding, because we studied already Chidabhasa and Kutastha Deepa, this, that. It is only a forming of the reflection of this Chidabhasa itself means reflection of the Brahman, Chaitanyam, is called creation. But Chidabhasa is not real. That's why Vishwam Darpana Drushyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivo Bhutam Yatha Nidraya. Nidra, the dream is always brought into the cognition. And the mirror, it is only reflection. Like a reflection is never the fact. Any reflection. But it seems to be, it appeared to be real. Seems to be real. Seems to be. After saying in this third shloka like this, so slowly Bhagavan introducing, see, step by step. He himself, putting himself in the status of the husband, and the Maya. Tasmin Mahati Yoni Garbham Dadhami Nikshipam. That means actually Kshetra Kshetragna Prakriti Dvayam Shaktiman Ishvaraha. So here, when we talk about the Srishti, naturally the Brahman original, we have to keep little side first, because Maya Sahita Brahma Ishvara, we say, Upahita Chaitanyam. Now Ishvara means the Brahma Chaitanyam reflection in a totality associating with the Maya and started playing is called creation. Therefore, here Ishvara word is proper. That's why Ishvara word Shankara writes in the commentary. Because Samashti, what we will call? Here, I am individual, I am knowing it. I am seeing the Samashti. Such a big tree, such a big mountain, such big galaxies, all I am seeing, that Samashti. I have no any idea, I have no any control, no information, nothing I don't know, even including in my body, what is happening I don't know. Morning I had the breakfast, how it is going, what is happening, digestion, nothing I don't know. Then naturally I have to accept the Samashti. But is the Samashti appearing this Prapancha Maya Sahita Brahma Ishvara, is it real? No. You have to cross that also. You have to cross from this ego reflection individually, the total reflection in the Samashti Jagat. When you cross the Jiva Jagat, and who is the controller of the Jagat, you come to Ishvara. Then Jiva Ishayo Veshadibhida, there you will recognize that I am not a reflection, I am not a Chidavasa, nothing. It is only a drama. I am simply unnecessarily taken it as a real. How many examples? The dog barking by seeing at the reflection, the small bird, sparrow, fighting with that reflection. It is just like that. Our struggle, our fighting in this world is through this, based on the ignorance. There is no any reality or truth or logic also. What logic is there? But you ask the sparrow, it will give the logic. It will give the logic. Same way, if human brain gives the logic, then we will be spoiled. Our logic, what we are talking, is not human brain. It is the Brahma, Ishvara's. That's why Apaurishayam Vedam Upanishad. Otherwise, whose logic we have to accept? Everybody, they say from their standpoint. That's why in the court, the law, each country has got their own different laws. Okay? That's why Swami is told, when he asked some judge, do you give the judgment or do you give the justice? Yesterday also he told this example. Do you give the justice or the judgment? Yes, Swamiji, we give only judgment, justice, because it depends upon that country's laws and we have to follow that. See? Therefore, here Ishvara, Aham. When Bhagavan is using the word here, Aham, not as we tell that Aham, small, insignificant. Then what? Avidya, Kama, Karma, Upadhi, Swarupa, Anuvidhayinam, Kshetragnam. kshetrena samyojayami iti arthaha. When Bhagavan says here aham, the avidya kama karma upadhi swarupam, this entire, this creation maya prapancha, and I just give my present, in my presence it is all working. While working, anuvidhayanam kshetragnam kshetrena. See, here kshetragna means here we have to take that reflection, because that is also Chaitanyam only, reflection of the Chaitanyam. But the tragedy is the reflection started feeling real and acting, that's it. That's why here, in this context here, when we are talking Kshetragna, really speaking, that from the Ishvara standpoint, okay. But when it comes to the, as a reflection also, some similarities are there. Remember that example, sun is the original, but when his reflection falls in the any water surface, that reflection also can give the again light. Yes. Or mirror, when we keep here, and you put from the window into the dark room, very nice. We used to play, we used to put cinema. Some films we will go and near the cinema talkies, they will cut it and waste a film. Oh, crazy, collecting those. I got the big reel. That is the real childhood. We will keep on roam here and there, but somehow we have become good only. We are not spoiled. And that too, that color film, those days color pictures are very rare, no? If something gets it, then putting the lens and put on the wall, you can see this much picture. Whole day this is the play. If school is not there, lot of time spending. So like that, so the reflection, kshetragnam, in this kshetra. Kshetra means intellect, refined surface, refined water, mirror, refined surface. So these two are samyojayami. I am, but finally the reflection cannot exist without me, the Brahman Ishvara. So here aham means this is the description. Shankara writes, iti artha sambhavaha utpattihi sarvabhutanam. Here one more point. Sarvabhutanam, all are not coming just at once. All are not coming just once. Our theory also of the creation, evolution only, but not keeping the consciousness somewhere and not giving the importance consciousness, because consciousness is there, which is untouched, modified, because of that presence happening. Reflection happens only when there is a real light sun, no? So here, gradually, that's why Upanishad says, tasmade tasmad atmanah akasham sambhutah. Upanishad Shastra doesn't say that all five bhutas are appeared like that. No. From this Atma, Brahm, Akasha expressed. Then from Akashad Vayuhu, that also actually, Akashat means from the Akasha, Vayu came. That is not the meaning. Akasha itself expressing as another expression, Vayu. Vayu itself is expressing as the fire. Fire itself, that's why, because that is already there inside, that's why it is coming, and that's why they go back one into one. Therefore, then where, how it started. When Panchamahabhutas are first, or Maya is there already. In that Maya, the reflection, that Bijam, Garbham Dadhami. Therefore, the first born, that means the seed now started swelling. After putting the seed in the woman by the man, and then slowly it grows. Yes? That's why here also same process you imagine. After that putting the seed, I mean it's a reflection fallen, then slowly it expands. That's why the first seed, first reflection, Hiranyagarbha. That's why the Garbha, from that means the seed is swollen now. Then only slowly, two leaves, then stem, then tree. In the same way, Sarva Bhutanam means Hiranyagarbhotpatti Dvarena. Shankara writes. Otherwise, we cannot understand. Hiranyagarbha. And that Garbha is going to now become multifold. That's why Purana wise also, if you say, it is from Narayana that Chaturmukha Brahma first appeared. So Hiranyagarbhotdarena Tadaha. Then Tasmat, after this Garbhadhanam, after the Siddhavasa reflection in a totality as a Hiranyagarbha, Bhavati He Bharata. Is it enough for you today? Already time is 1 hour 8 minutes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.